welcome to Headkrack After Hours. Is a dude who's been getting to that bag for a long time. He was born for this, he built for this, and he has a brand new project out right now called Saved by the Bellinger.
That's right.
One time, y'all, for Eric Bellinger!
That's right, baby.
Yo, man, well, welcome to After Hours.
Thank you.
And you definitely know about that whole After Hours life, man.
Yeah,
you've been putting
R&B.
years in.
It's R&B romance. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Gotta do
sir.
it.
So, big shout out on your brand new project,
Thank
Saved
you.
by the Bellinger.
Thank you.
Which, for anybody who's been following your music for a while, you could definitely see that it's somewhat of a departure from what people are used to hearing you do.
Yeah.
You know, you showing people that, hey, I could compete in this current pocket, this certain sound, this style.
Exactly.
But you're doing it effortlessly. You make it seem easy.
You're saying it without, me saying it. That was definitely the intention. But it just came off so natural. I never had to push that issue, but that was always the exact narrative.
Got you. Now, let's go all the way back to the beginning of it all.
Okay.
Now, for those who don't know your history, your family was also involved in writing music.
Yeah. Yep.
And when you be around that energy, I imagine it just pulls you in and you want to be a part of it, right?
Period, man. I'm seeing my grandpa did it, and now I did it. Now I'm seeing my son do it already. And it's something that you can't hide, you can't fight. The studio for me isn't just work. It's my hobby. It's my love. It's my favorite pastime, and it's the breadwinner.
Yeah. Now, when you say your grandfather did it,
Yeah.
Now, who was your grandfather working with? What was he doing?
Songwriting. You heard Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet.
Okay.
That was Grandpa. And actually, the Jackson 5 ended up doing a cover of the song on one of their albums. That song as well as Lil Bitty Pretty One, which also is another one of my grandpa's songs. Bobby Day, do the research, check him out. And yeah, man, he was also the singer and the songwriter. And then I just kind of took after him. But I was in the studio, watching him at an early age. So like you said, it just kind of trickled down.
So when you look at old, not say documentaries, but even movies about music in that certain part of time, it seemed like there'd be all these nightmare stories about how a lot of the writers and the artists didn't get the money that they were supposed to get for their contributions. Now, with Bobby Day, was that a situation? Was he paid in full his entire life?
Yeah, so he was paid in full to the point where that song still generates from my family, mom straight, auntie straight,
Nice.
he did it to where his kids was good. So I definitely, made sure I handle all the business and everything to make sure that my kids can maximize on all of my maximization that I've done.
Now, going to your current situation, your current generation, Eric Bellinger moves that pen.
Yeah.
Not just for himself, but he moves that pen for others.
Hey, gotta move that pen. Peter Pen. You feel me? I gotta do it.
That needs to be has that been the name of a project? If not, that needs to be
Peter
a joint.
Pen.
Peter Pen.
Peter Pandemonium. I got this whole thing. It's coming. It's on the way.
Okay, cool.
Peter Pandemonium, but Peter Pandemonium. And it's something I just be messing around with, joking with the homies about. But yeah, man, I love writing. Writing is something that it wasn't necessarily my first love, but I just fell in love with it after being in singing groups. I was in singing groups so long. I was like, all right, let me try something different. And then the writing bust me through the door, and then I just followed up with my own.
Okay, now allow me to be boastful for you, because sometimes you got to keep a humble appearance. So I imagine
I like when other people say it.
Sometimes you got to stand on the behalf of the artist. So I would imagine Eric Bellinger's in these singing groups, and Eric Bellinger's kind of like the guy that people are gravitating towards in these singing groups.
I was in a gang of groups too.
And every time out there's always like, you don't need them niggas, right?
It was like, yo, why you be? I'm like, man, let me live, man. I'm a lawyer. I grew up playing football. I'm team captain, you feel me? School, I was the president of the body, you feel me? I'm a real team player and family. I'm a real team player. It took a long time for me to, not do the group thing. It was like, this group didn't work 2-3 years. This group didn't work 4, 5, 6 years. This group didn't work. I was like, yo, y'all. I love y'all. I really do.
But you got to do you.
I just got to try some things out.
But you know what, though? That is the spirit of a writer. You have to have a giving spirit.
Yeah.
Because, to know that certain things will take work when it's not all just your energy, right?
Ooh, what?
Groups take work.
Let me tell you, I know more than anybody because I'm engineering, writing. I'm talking about, okay, let me hit 3, run in the booth. Get it right. If I don't get it right on that take, I gotta run back outside and enter, and then hit 3 again. I don't got time to do none of that. So now I got to get it on first take. So that sharpened my delivery. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. I got to just nail it in one take. And then that really turned me into one take Jeezy.
That's what's up, man. So, you know, I would imagine you've been doing this for so long and been in the business so long. You probably never had a regular gig, right? Like
what? Yes.
Okay, so what was the first job that Eric Bellinger held? How'd you get fired?
Chuckie Cheese.
Really?
I was Chuckie.
You was in the suit.
Harlem shaking.
Yo, every time you go to the hood, you can always tell there's that one lit guy that's in the suit. And you don't know, you can never tell if it's a guy or girl working inside the suit.
Yeah.
How long were you Chuckie at Chuckie Cheese?
6 months at least. I was Chuckie, you feel me? I was hot in there, you know what I mean? Sweating, come out, go in the back, bust them suds. All my jobs was low-key jobs. Togo's, I was in the back. Denny's, I was in the back. Best Buy, I was in the I was at cash register though. Okay. You know what I mean? That was early. And front lanes. Yeah, you name it though, man. I done worked everywhere. Christmas tree lots, paper routes, real estate, you know, a lot of different things, but that all helped shape me. You know, I learned different things from each job, and at the end of the day, all jobs, all work, all translates. It's the same exact thing. Whatever field you in, the same work ethic needs to be applied, and whatever you learn can all translate to the next job task.
Now, for those who don't understand the Chuckie Cheese pecking order, you don't just get to be Chuckie first day out.
No, I had to work my way up to Chuckie.
Now, how long did it take you to graduate to being Chuckie? Because they gotta understand, like they gotta know you ain't gonna like be weird to the kids and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Probably like 2-3 weeks. I started off just being in the back, like, yo, what can I do? Like, I don't really want to be out there. You know, I'm in a studio, and at the time, it was just like, yo, and I was in Norwalk, so it was like they knew, like, oh, he deserves this. He needs to be out on the front line. Let's get him out there.
Built to perform.
Built to perform.
From day one.
Day one. Making up the chants in the high school, Pop Warner, whatever it was. I was, who are we? Like, you name it. Music has been something that was born in me. That was I was born to do. Like you said when we started the interview, that's when my first compilation of the mixtape is called Born to Sing, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. I grew up singing in church since I was a little youngin', so that's where the soul come from. I grew up freestyling, battle rapping in high school at lunch, so that's where my cadence from delivery comes from. Everything all played a part in making me who I am today.
Yeah, like you were comfortable whether it's singing, whether it's rhyming, because like, you know, even when you go across your body at work, some of them are classified as R&B soul, some of them are classified R&B hip-hop R&B, trap. You know, like, you know, you covering all boundaries.
Everything, man. I just look at it like that's my job. That's my calling. Like, God gave me a bigger gift, so my reach and my stretch has to be, you know, a lot more broad.
Got you. Now, on this new project, not only are you just, you know, making music, but you're also dropping gems. On Tapped In, you say, don't take advice from people who need advice.
Can't do that.
Brother, please elaborate.
Man, it's a lot of people out there that are really judgmental, and they feel like they got all the answers, you know, and I'm like, okay, cool. What should I do? You know, if I tell somebody, yeah, what should I do? And they're going to be like, you know what I mean? A lot of people told me how to do it. They never did it themselves. Jay-Z said it best, you know? And that's basically what that bar is. I was going to acapella that whole bar.
Really?
I was going to, it's like Drake.
People needed to hear that.
Say they love me. That's it. I was going to do that, and I was like, I just chill. They'll catch it.
No, I caught it. I mean, it's like literally like one of the first like 8 lines in the joint.
Start off the whole album, because and a lot of people ask what's my favorite, and I think that one just because that song is really like a biography about my life. You know, like this is where I'm at. You know, a lot of times with music, I release the projects a lot after I write them. You know what I mean? Like the Rebirth 2, I did all them songs like last year and like a couple years ago, and it's doing great. But I don't never get the current swag out, you know, like where I'm really at. And I think Tapped In and all these songs on this project, people get to know where I'm at mentally.
Now, I was talking to my cameraman Starter before you came through, and I'm like, yo, this whole project sounds like what's happening right now.
Yeah, and I still did it 8 months ago.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying I still did it like all this year, but it was like,
we need to swap out the car and the cover for a DeLorean, because this is time traveling Eric Bellinger right here with the 8 month ago swag.
Now,
these sound like right now.
Oh, come on, man! I got an album coming in a month. I got everybody got to understand Eric Bellinger when it comes to songwriting, when it comes to creating. I'm not creating the songs. That's why they're incredible. God is creating them. I'm the vessel. Ask Mr. Crispy, a.k.a. Reggie. Ask Shy. Ask anybody. When you come to the studio, I don't try to write those songs. I'm not like...
No, I completely understand.
Like, I go in the booth and say, yo, hit record, bro. Like, I don't usually have what's going to happen when I go in the booth.
Very few people can understand that because, like, sometimes, like, you know, I mean, I'd imagine you probably still get nervous whether or not you want to admit it or not,
Some shows, like, rare. I just got nervous at a show at the BMI Awards when I was, like, you know, doing a tribute to Brandy. I was like, wow, I ain't felt this in a minute, but... just to tap in and confirm, like, yeah, definitely.
But sometimes Eric Bellinger checks out for a second, and Eric Bellinger's superstar, you know, who's tapped into the universe, controls the whole thing, and you look back at it like, don't know where I was when I did that, but damn, that happened.
Sauced out, you know. I'm definitely also creating an environment that is my safe haven, that is my escape. You know, my studio is like, you go in there and you lost. You know what I'm saying? It's a big vibe in the studio, and I think it all starts with the atmosphere. You got to create the vibe that you want the world to experience. And when my studio gives me that vibe, it's a lot easier for me to attack the exact aura that needs to be personified.
That's totally a thing. Like, some people don't like recording in other studios. Like, yo, really, just send me the record. I'll do it, I promise.
Yeah.
So I'm
doing this for the both of us.
Yeah, so if somebody like ran up to your club, like, yo, I got the bag right now.
Let's go.
Meet me at Tree Sounds or something.
No. I'll make a hit right now in 10 seconds. I promise you. I promise. It's a preference.
Okay, so I'm throwing
I don't care where we at. Yeah. That's the easy
I want to
part.
test this thesis.
Let's test it.
I believe in you.
Please, the more we test it, the more fans will be able to hop aboard.
Okay, now you spent a considerable amount of time in the studio, not only doing your records, but doing records for others.
Yeah.
Now, without putting anybody on blast, were there ever any tough sessions that you had to sit through? Because the recording process can be very painful.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like, especially when it relates to, like, doing, like, R&B.
Yeah,
like,
R&B is different. I didn't definitely have some hours, man, like, Chris Brown sessions, Mario sessions, like, anybody that's really, really caring and passionate about their project, man, we gonna be there all day. We gonna be there all night. Nicki Minaj session, I was on a Nicki session till 11 a.m. the next day. Yeah, just because, especially if they're in the booth. Like Mario, we like to do a lot of harmonies. Same with Brandy, so many stacks. Same with Chris Brown, but it's never in vain, you know? I look at it like everybody's process is different. My process is like a pum. But I don't like to think, you know, but that's my thing. I just like
so you enjoy it enough to the amount of time that some artists may take doesn't necessarily bother you.
Nah, it don't. It used to. So I'm like, what are we doing? But everybody's process is different. And, you know, if you take a little longer, you know, that don't necessarily mean that it was wrong all the takes. Because Mario might be one of the longest sessions, but every single take he do is fire.
Cool, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, this take, why this take the longest, but you low-key the best? It's like, okay, because he knows and he want to make sure that it's the, you know, max potential that, you know, he knows himself. Because a lot of times an artist might be like, let me get that again. And either the engineer or the producer or the songwriter outside the booth is like, nah, we good. But the artist in the booth is like, nah. Let me get that again. I know myself.
Absolutely. Now, has there ever been a situation, because especially with the rise of the non-singing singers, right? Maybe somebody wants to work with you, and you'd be like, yo, I don't know if you're ready to tackle that level of harmonizing yet. Have you ever had to talk an artist off the ledge? Like, nah, B, just rap.
You know, I actually am really good at communicating, you know? So I know how to, if I say it ain't right, I got the alternate for you. You know, I'm going to be like, that's not going to work, but try this. Not even gonna make you feel like you know, incapable. I'm just gonna do what's better for you because I've, you know, been engineering and vocal producing you for the past 30 minutes. So I know what registers your strong point. I could give you a melody that'll work better for you, fam.
Gotcha.
You know, it's always something that works. Anybody in here, I can You can get in the booth and talk. You can sing. You can do your own melody, play around, and I put steroids on that for sure. I exhibit pimp my ride swag to the vocals.
Now, just say somebody who has like a heavy voice, like a Rick Ross. Let's just say if Rick Ross wanted to do, you know,
he could do it too.
A joint. What register would you have Rick Ross singing in? And what kind of style?
I have him in a low swag. You know what I'm saying? When I talk here, so right, I gotta say. You know, you think TLC, you think T-Boz, you think low.
That growl, that low underground.
Who can't do that? But the thing is, T-Boz had that sauce, that swag that you feel me?
Took it up a notch.
Not many could really tap into that type of swag, but you know, melodically and vocally, yeah, the melodies are definitely more on the simplistic side that everybody could sing along, everybody could rock with. Simplicity is, you know, potency. Is greatness, is, you know, transferable to the mind complexity because, you know, the attention span and, you know, for most people ain't that crazy. So
yeah, very sure.
And we in the club.
Gotta pull them in.
And as a songwriter, you gotta know that. You gotta know that there's a difference between lullaby-esque melody and, you know, a rap cadence type, bouncy, fast melody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now the rap cadence melody is featured heavily on Saved by the Bellinger.
Yeah.
A joint called Ball.
Yeah.
You talk about your first check.
First check.
Now when EB gets that first check,
it's stupid.
After all the years of like, you know, working like the small times, I had no idea you was doing those, but like being Chuckie and Chuckie Cheese, front lanes at Best Buy, and all those other things. That first big check come in. What does Eric Bellinger spend that first check on?
Man. I just went kind of stupid this past year, and in my video for that song Ball, it's real lifestyle. So the things that y'all gonna see, that's my stuff. You feel me? We got Raris in the video, we got I-8s in the video, we got new crib in the video, we got family photos in the video, a lot of things that's real lifestyle because I just wanted to let people where I'm at. You know, Eric Bellinger is definitely extremely humble, but even more aware of what's going on, of what I'm capable of what I've been doing for the past decade. And now I'm to the point that I'm so balanced with my inner self that I'm not afraid to just like tell everybody like, hey, guess what, y'all? I'm the dude and I know. And whether you roll or not is depicted upon if you a hater or not. Thanks.
Here it is. Yeah.
It's cool. Like, it's enough songs, you gonna like one of them. If you say Eric Bellinger don't got one hot song, you crazy. You know,
you ain't listen.
It's just too many songs and it's too many different approaches that I've already given, and from R&B to rap to pop, it don't matter.
Now let's talk about the amount of songs.
Yeah,
we're at a time where it's almost like sensory overload. You know, shout out to Chris Brown. You said you work with. My brother delivered a triple album.
Right.
That had
it's another one coming. It's more coming.
But these are a lot of songs, and the songs are good. Yeah. But it's almost like when you go to, like, you know, you ever been to a buffet at a Chinese restaurant?
Yeah.
Like they are giving you sesame chicken.
Yeah.
Well, oh snap, they got pizza too. It's just a lot to digest.
Exactly.
And sometimes things kind of get lost because people's attention spans.
Yeah.
Are very short, and sometimes you lose some gems because you gave them so much gold at one time. Do you ever feel, I don't know, a certain way about it? Like, you know, maybe some records went underappreciated because you got to serve them too quickly?
I think for my records and my fans, it's different. Like, I just really feel like it's different because my wave has been the underrated wave. My wave has been, no matter what, you not tired of none of my songs because they ain't never outplayed on the radio. You know what I mean? It ain't never been like, oh, my God, I'm tired of hearing this song. Like, when my songs come on, they refreshing because they've forever been like, we rooting for you, E. The movie Rudy, the football movie. We rooting for E because he's the underdog, you know, and that's just been a story because, you know, my whole timeline of my career has just been music, 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 music. That is my gimmick. That is my purpose. That is my story. That is my leverage. That is my cosign. My music, you know, so for the people who depend on me on that, it's been able to carry me and, you know, get me through because they know it's not really no frills, no thrills. It's not no gimmicks or none of that. It's just like, Yeah, here go the new music. And I'm also switching up the entire look, the entire theme, the entire visual. I'm switching up everything.
Nothing's
From
ever the
appearance of myself. You know, I'm taking the Michael Jackson approach when it comes to it's a new album, it's a new character. I'm just keeping the people entertained, and I'm keeping myself a new artist.
I can take it. Now, when you look at bodies of work, right?
Yep.
It's tricky now in 2019, rolling into 2020, because you have hit songs, but sometimes hit songs are predicated upon the familiarity over the masses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why you
number one.
Huh?
That's the number one. Familiarity.
Familiarity.
I wrote a whole chapter in a book. I'm writing a book, the whole on familiarity. And familiarity, it's just confirmation for me that you said that, you know, just because it means so much to radio.
It
so
does.
much. That's
even though radio don't have the power that it used to have, because you go to an Eric Bellinger show, radio play or none, people will be there.
Yeah.
You know, the turnout's going to be great.
Yeah.
People are going to know the records, but it's that weird, tricky dynamic of where we are with music right now because
radio just isn't the place to gamble.
True.
Radio, PDs, they like, look, we trying to get these ads off. So basically,
absolutely,
if these songs aren't a guarantee, we have the potential of the consumer and the listener to go to another station. So we got to play something that they're familiar with that's going to keep them here.
But here's the tricky thing. As a music fan, as a music maker, as a studier of others, there are a lot of hit songs that are better than the hit songs that are played on the radio.
I agree.
And, you know, whether they don't have the right person advocating for them at the time.
That's big.
You know, there's no reason why people like you and Anderson .Paak shouldn't be getting more love
radio
nationwide. Because y'all got hits.
I definitely feel like the songs didn't just get good. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like the song's been good. I feel like now I just got my team together more. You know,
that's important. Like, admin is everything.
Yeah, I got the marketing department. I got the creative department. I got the research. I got a radio team everywhere. And I think Empire and Ghazi and Neiman, those guys especially, man, they just really enable me to take my vision. Because this is my exact vision. Anybody that been rocking with Eric Bellinger since Born to Sing Volume 3, since the Rebirth 1, since Choose Up Season, eventually, they know everything I'm doing is what I've been doing. I ain't doing nothing different. Nothing. And I know it. And it's like, if you've been watching, you able to see the growth, but they've just been able to help shine a magnifying glass on what the Bell Ringer's been up to. So, you know, I'm forever grateful.
That's a dope name for the fandom, by the way, too. I'm with that.
Yes, sir.
Yo, so moving that pen for others.
Yeah.
Is there ever any record that you'd be like, damn, should have kept that one for myself? Because when you look at it, it sounds like those songs were written with those people in mind.
Yeah, for sure. That's why, you know, like, they were, so it's hard for me. I never been married to them songs. Any of the songs that you hear as big, most of them I wrote with the artist there. You know what I mean?
Got you.
But there are, of course, like times when I was unsure, like if the artist was gonna use the song, and I had asked for the song, like, yo, what's up? What you gonna do with Let Me See? Love More. What you gonna do with Love More? Y'all still using that? What you gonna do with New Flame? Y'all still using that? Them songs is out of here.
So you got demos somewhere with your reference vocals on there?
For sure.
I want to hear that Fine China.
I got the Fine China for sure.
You need to run that to me. You can put the stamp on it, so I won't leak it. I promise. I just want to hear it for myself.
Yeah,
though.
That's on my email.
Have you ever found yourself in a position where you wanted to quit?
No way, man. Never was that a thought in my mind, because I was, you know, always just tapped into the gift, you know, the purpose, the favor over my life, the doors that would open, the doors that would be jammed shut, that later I would find out, like, okay, that was closed for a reason. Everything in my life is with purpose, and I've always been growing. I've always been elevating. And even if the people might not have seen it from me career-wise, I was always elevating mentally, you know, so... You know, it's been a constant growth my whole career. Even when I had the idle time, I mastered idle time. You know?
Got you. Now, what has been your highest high and your lowest low?
Highest high, probably baby number 2.
Congrats on that.
Thank you, man.
So is it a complete set, boy and girl? Or
2 boys.
2 boys.
Yep. And the lowest low, I don't know. Sheesh. The lowest low? What's the lowest low? Sheesh. Jail.
I think she might have one.
Jail. What? Oh, don't say that.
I missed it. What was it?
I had an iguana that passed.
How long did you have this iguana? Because iguanas live for a long time.
Not Jake.
What did you do to Jake?
Nothing. What did the veterinarian do to Jake? I was out of town.
So you took your iguana Jake to get shots?
I was in New Orleans, and Shy took Jake to get the regular checkup.
Okay.
You know, took him over there, and then they killed him.
Was your veterinary Cotton Brad Murray? Like who?
I said, what happened? They said, man,
we
gave him a shot, and he went into shock.
Oh my God! So how long did you have Jake?
How long did I have him? Maybe
for effect.
Maybe 2 years.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Exactly.
How long did you have
we
Jake?
We had Jake at least a cool 2 years, man. Somebody just came through and asked, "Where's Jake?" I was like, "How dare you?"
It's not funny. It's not funny. Because as a person who has lost many pets himself, I know how connected you could feel to your animal, spirit animal, and whole nine.
Yeah, man.
So have you replaced Jake yet?
Nah, but we got a stuffed animal. Not a stuffed Jake. We didn't stuff Jake.
Okay.
But it's a stuffed animal iguana that's like, when people be like, yo, where's Jake at? What happened to your lizard? What happened to your iguana? I'd be like, that's him in spirit. You know
so you didn't do that crazy, like make a belt out of him? Or...
Nah, we didn't cremate him.
Iguana tie?
Nah, we didn't turn him into lotion.
That'd have been grimy as hell.
From dry skin.
Well, I'm glad that is your lowest low. Because, like, some people, it's like, yeah, the heroin was loaded in the needle, and I was
I never did no drugs. I'm a person that's only on the tree and the hitty. We're good.
And you guys have steadily available amounts of tree being in California. To watch California switch from being a very, like, you got to, like, kind of hit up your weed dealer old school style to be able to pull up in, dispensaries like it's 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see that switch over?
It's beautiful. They got apps. They got 7-Eleven right there. Even at 7-Eleven, they sell the little CBD joints. I'm like, damn, they just sell them right here. But it's definitely something that I'm excited about, especially since I'm, connoisseur. And it's something new to me, too. I wasn't really into it like 2-3 years ago. And I'm glad I kind of started late now that I got my thing together. I couldn't imagine having that as a distraction. So young kids, youngins, it's cool.
Well, wait,
but
so
get your thing together.
Yeah.
Get your thing together. It could lose, and derail the focus a little bit.
You a sativa guy?
Yeah, for sure.
I never understood those people who are indica enthusiasts. Like, why would you want to just be stuck on your couch all day?
Snore vibes.
Exactly.
I'm straight. Maybe if you want to go to sleep, 2 a.m., long day, long session, shoot the indie, baby. But when I'm working, I'm trying to be out here. I'm trying to be excited. I'm trying to be, rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Gotta have a sativa.
Well, yo, my brother, you are a ball of energy.
Yes,
The new project is called Saved by the Bellinger.
Yes.
You can get that wherever you streaming your music.
That's
and, right. I know we can synchronize watches and probably like within the next 6 months, this is going to be something else because your mind be moving.
6 months?
Less than that?
What?
How soon?
I told the fans, because people, you got to understand, I'm a singer. I'm a singer. I'm an R&B singer. And for some of the fans, Saved by the Bellinger ain't necessarily they cup of tea all the way. They like, where's the R&B? So I said, look, R&B Easy will be gone till November.
Then you back.
And I'm back.
Just in time for Thanksgiving road trips.
It's easy.
Y'all got time to make some space on your phones, delete a couple things, get it ready for R&B Easy.
Come on, man, I'm back.
Now, it's funny, how different age groups recognize names a different way. I was like, yo, I'm getting ready to go on the road with Eric B and Rakim. He's like, I love Eric Bellinger. Like, no. Like, I know
Eric B in town.
I know it was like a weird thing for a second between y'all two. You and OG Eric B are good now, right?
Yeah, man, we good. It's funny, like, I was giving some homage, Eric B for president. But they, it was kind of a thing. And I hated that it's a gap in the generation. It's like either young head or old head.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be the in-between glue.
Bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap, and it was just one of them things where he thought, it was like, oh, what they doing? They disrespecting us by, like, first of all, my name is Eric B too, bro.
Right.
Relax.
Now, one thing about E, he old school. Like word get back to him, he ready to react. He's from a certain era.
Twitter
like,
fingers.
That's my man. But you got to pick up the phone and call Eric B. You know what I mean? Like, because one time I texted me to respond, I'm like, I guess it ain't happening. And they're like, oh yeah. What year was he born? I need to call him.
I need to call him. Yeah.
Some people are just like that because if you let the narrative get ahead of the conversation.
Oh, you got to jump out quick.
Oh,
you got to jump out quick. That's why, your favorite song thing, the thing with Tory was like, say, for example, I just let him this gonna be your favorite song. And I just didn't say nothing. Mm-hmm. They think that's his thing.
Yeah.
Period. So it's like, okay, cool. It's just the day and age we live in. And, luckily the homie Flashcard Eric B was like, yo, relax. That's my homie. We good. He was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know because, these little young kids nowadays, they don't be, like, respecting the elders. Like, man, relax, bro.
Well, yo, E, you definitely a student of the game.
Yeah,
Can't wait
day.
to see where this star goes, man. Keep rising and shining. And if people aren't following you for some bizarre reason, man, tell them where to go.
Yo, man, make sure you follow me, Eric Bellinger, my full government name, ERICBELLINGER, Twitter.com/Eric Bellinger, Instagram.com/Eric Bellinger, my website, ericbellinger.com.
There that go, man. Eric Bellinger, Headkrack After Hours, Ghost.